Hello, welcome to the Citrus Garden. If you're new here, my name is Christina. If you're not new here, hi, welcome back. It's great to see you. This is a reading for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising, or if you have significant Sagittarius placements, there may be a message in here for you. So Sagittarius, there's a lot of energy coming through your reading today. I feel like it's also a bit of a collective energy because today, the 19th of November, is when Pluto moves into Aquarius for the final time for the next 20 or so years. So it is a very significant day in astrology today. It has been moving in and out of Aquarius for the last 2 years, but today is like the day. So it's coming through as being like that energy is in your space, of course, just because it's a collective energy, but it's not the focus of your reading today. So I'm just going to leave it there. I do think that there's a little bit of anxiety right now within the collective about this particular transit, just because it's a Pluto energy. But remember that Pluto is a planet that, first of all, is very far away from us. Planet, dwarf planet, whatever label you want to put on it. It's very far away from us, and it has very long cycles. So yes, even though it is a planet of change, it's a change that happens gradually over time. And so you might not necessarily feel the effects of it like right away. It's just how it's coming through. So remember, it is a cycle that lasts 20 or so years. So it's going to be gradual. Everything is going to be fine. So I'm just going to leave that there for you, Sagittarius. The other energies that are coming through, I'm getting a lot of like Wheel of Fortune kind of energy for you. Like momentum is gathering, and there is some sort of change, but it kind of takes like you have to build momentum towards it first, is how it's coming through. So I was seeing sort of like, or like getting the message for you, Sagittarius, of like you're about to take a leap of faith, or like a jump, or something like that. You're gonna be jumping, or you're gonna take a leap of faith sometime in the future. Or there's like something about that where it's like you have to first gain momentum, which is like you have to start like practicing the running part, because I feel like whatever jump this is like a running jump. You're gonna require a bit of momentum before you leap, is how it's coming through. So what you're in right now, especially if things feel like they're picking up speed for you, it's this energy of preparing for the jump, is how it's coming through. I feel like you're going to be taking a leap of faith sometime in the future. Right now, it's almost like you're gathering momentum, right? That's how it feels. You're picking up speed. There may be things in your environment that are feeling that way, where things are starting to pick up in speed and momentum and energy, that kind of thing. And okay, interesting. There's something about accepting where you are right now, Sagittarius, because there may be something about like whatever this leap of faith is in the future. It doesn't feel like a leap of faith. It feels more like a jump. Like it's like I'm seeing like jumping over something, right? You need to have a running start. That's how it's feeling. So you're in this place of like practicing the running. I don't think you're quite at the place where you're ready to jump yet, though. That's how it's coming through. But you're practicing sort of the running jump energy. And I also feel like part of this is not within your control, of course. That like it's kind of coming through as being like the universe, your spirit guides, spirit in general, whatever label you want to put there, is preparing you for a jump that maybe you're not seeing yet. It's like you're not seeing where this path leads necessarily, but you're being prepared for it, regardless of whether or not you can see where it's going, right? So it's kind of coming through like that, like things are picking up speed, but you're not necessarily sure of where it is that this path is leading. So it's just kind of like trust and surrender, and be very present in the moment of what's happening, because I feel like things around you are picking up speed, and don't let yourself be sort of like swept away by the momentum of it. Just be conscious of like how it's moving. Okay, I can pull cards now. I feel like, there's another metaphor coming through for you, Sagittarius, where I was hearing something like this is made for you. This is made for you. And I will go into that a little bit more as a metaphor. Like I've been learning how to sew and knit my own clothes specifically. Cause I don't know. It's just something that I'm interested in now. Like making my own clothes. Like, I've made a couple of things. But one interesting thing that I've learned through that process, was about sort of like accepting where my body is right now. I think a lot of women in particular can probably relate to this, of like having sort of like a self-critical eye on one's body image, like that kind of thing. And so, like, especially like in the past when I would go to like clothing stores and try clothes on, like feeling dissatisfied or like self-critical, or just like not happy with where my body was at because it didn't fit into certain sizes, right? It's that kind of energy. I'm feeling this energy for you as a metaphor, Sagittarius, of like, perhaps there are certain like boxes or roles or categories that society has deemed to be sort of like whatever, acceptable or things like that, or like this is like the standard or the average or whatever, and maybe you don't fit inside those categories or boxes, Sagittarius. So like it could relate to whatever aspect in your life. Of course, this is a metaphor, so but it's like there may be sort of like societal expectations or boxes where you don't quite fit in to that expectation, and that might leave you with the feeling of being dissatisfied with like your options or that kind of thing. So what's coming in for you, Sagittarius, is something that is made for you, right? So it's not that you were trying to fit into a box. Whatever this opportunity or thing is actually something where it's like, it is being fit to you, right? So like when you're making clothes, of course, like you have to take your measurements, right? Of your body, where you are right now, right? And then you make the clothes to fit your body. It's not like you make the clothes in a certain size and then you have to fit to the clothes. The clothes fit to you, right? So there's something here about like accepting where you are, right? Like taking your own measurements in whatever area this applies to in your life, and then making the thing fit to you, right? So it's a situation, it feels kind of like an opportunity for you, Sagittarius, where it is made for you, right? It's going to fit you exactly where you are. However, there is still this sort of like lingering energy of like, kind of like a Four of Cups, like feeling dissatisfied because it doesn't fit into a certain category maybe, but it's like, get rid of the categories. It doesn't matter. Especially if if it's like in terms of like whatever this opportunity is or this new thing is for you, it's not going to fit into like a category. Is just how it's coming through. It's going to be made to you. So part of how you clear that like dissatisfaction is just accepting where you are right now. Accept where you are right now and love it is actually how it's feeling. Like appreciate the things that you have or what's around you and all of that to help clear perhaps something where it's like there may be an energy of dissatisfaction. Perhaps because you're comparing to like a societal standard or like that kind of thing. And it's like, whatever this thing is, Sagittarius, it is made for you. It's specifically tailored to you. as you are. Okay, I'm gonna leave it there. And I'm gonna pull cards. Yeah, okay. Yeah, this is that energy. Okay, the RAR is this potential. It's this potential like energy bomb that can be very contagious and has the potential for you to sort of like be swept away by it. So being conscious, this energy needs something to ground. So grounding your energy is really important for you. Because I do feel that there's like a lot of momentum and potential around you. Like it's just this like, it's like an exclamation point of energy, but it's pure potential at the moment. I don't feel that this has been grounded in the physical yet for you. Okay, yeah. It says wild energy, pure potential. A RAR in your cards encourages you to be especially attentive to what you are doing with your energy and intentions. Don't get carried away by the RAR's bouncy enthusiasm, but do take advantage of the energy. You can accomplish a great deal with the energy being made available to you. This is a good time. Note that the RAR is not grounded and is not meant to be, but humans need to keep their feet firmly on the earth. When you encounter the RAR, breathe slowly, center, earth yourself, be clear about your objectives, and then go for them. Yeah. Okay. It's in the upright though, Sagittarius. I don't read reversals unless they purposely come out that way or like that's how it's coming through. But today it's upright, right? It's this like energy of pure potential, like a wild opportunity or something like that. But make sure that you are grounded and centered while you're in this, because it does have the potential to get swept away or to get carried away by something. Okay? That's just how it's coming through. It's feeling very positive though. Jupiter right now, which is your planet, is in retrograde. So it kind of feels like maybe something that was a missed opportunity in the past is coming back around, is how it's feeling. Maybe something that was a missed opportunity in the past. Or something like that. And then you have List of the Shadows, which talks about like breaking a certain pattern or something like that. Interesting. I feel like you're breaking out of a problem. This is that running jump. Perhaps you've had a problem that you haven't been able to find the solution to, and like this is the opportunity, and you're building momentum to be able to take that jump. I was also getting this image of like, because Sagittarius is the archer, right? Like you have your eye on some sort of target and you have your arrow in the bow, right? It's like this sort of like tension energy. Like increasing the tension, increasing the potential energy of a situation so that your arrow can fly, right? That's how it's coming through. You're in that phase right now. Pulling the bow taut is how it's coming through. Okay. And I was getting sort of this image of like, you're pulling the bow taut. You have your eye on some sort of target, perhaps. Maybe not though. That's the thing. I feel like there's something about like, you're not exactly sure where your arrow is pointed. So be very clear on that, Sagittarius, because it's like, be very clear on where your arrow is pointed. Be very clear on your intentions in this time as well, because there's so much potential energy that I feel like whatever your intention is focused on will be what is manifested. So make sure it's like, it's clear, it's pure intentions, that kind of thing. Be conscious of your anxiety if you are feeling anxious, like maybe not the best time to put an arrow in your bow, that kind of thing. So making sure you're at peace and calm when you're doing this and focused. There's also something about like the universe is also guiding the trajectory of the arrow, because it's like you of course as the archer can control things like if there's a wind, right, you have to make adjustments. You have like aim, you can hold steady, right? But once that arrow flies, it's up to the universe to make it land, is how it's coming through. So there's something about like you are doing all that you can on your end to sort of keep yourself centered and steady and prepared, and making adjustments for any external circumstances that there might be, like such as a wind or like not having a clear vision or clouds or distractions or whatever. But then once that arrow flies, it's like in the hands of the universe, right? It's like up to the universe to sort of make sure that it lands. That's how it's coming through. There is this energy here of surrender and trust for you, Sagittarius. Like, but conscious co-creation with the universe, where it's like you are contributing to the success of this arrow landing, right? That's how it's coming through for you. Okay, I'm going to pull one more fairy card. Iris of the Rainbow. Iris of the Rainbows. Okay, that card talks about Guardian at the Gate. Okay, so that example with the arrows, like shooting an arrow, there may have been clouds and a storm around you, but I feel like that's clearing, is actually how it's coming through. Like it's like something is clearing up, the storm or whatever is clearing up, because that's what this card comes through with. Like that, like you're seeing the light, right? The storm has cleared. It's like this is your opportunity, Sagittarius, right? It's like you can see your goal, you can see the target. Time to let the arrow fly is how it's coming through. Very interesting. I feel like there's something unexpected, because this sort of like Wheel of Fortune energy is coming through for you. It is feeling very Wheel of Fortune, like spinning the wheel. Everything's gonna be okay, right? Because there is this sort of energy of like taking a chance, or like a fateful encounter or something like that. I'm going to pull one card from this Circles of Healing deck. I don't normally use this deck in readings. I don't think I've ever used it in like a YouTube portion of the readings. I used to do extendeds, and I have used this deck a couple times there, but it wants to come through today. Circles of Healing. Yeah, okay. Okay, so it says, I ground my energy, creating a safe, secure, and loving reality with the universe as my ally. Yeah, Sagittarius, it's really important to ground your energy at the moment. Like, connect to the earth in whatever way that is for you. The universe is your ally in creating a safe and secure, loving space. The universe is helping you to do this. I feel like you are being asked to work with the earth element for a time, whatever that is for you. The root chakra, of course, is very significant. Okay, they're saying I don't need that deck. I'm gonna just briefly read List of the Shadows, because that one's at the center. Yeah, healing the shadows, addictions, bondage, and self-esteem. Ultimately, Liz is trying to help people develop true self-respect and self-esteem, but she has to start much farther down the scale of idealism than that. She tries to inspire practical help for those who need it most. She is the inspiration for the first wobbly steps taken by a damaged soul towards healing. Her presence in a reading indicates that something that has seemed lost and fixed in that loss is now open to healing. Someone is ready to begin, with help, the climb out of the inner mire. There is hope here and a need for loving kindness tempered by practicality. If you call upon Liz for assistance in helping another, she will always give it, often by encouraging that person to be receptive and others to also be helpful. She always has time to support those who have time for others. Yeah. Okay, Sagittarius, this is this energy, because Liz of the Shadows is somebody who provides assistance, right? Who gives help to those in need, but in a very practical, loving, realistic kind of way. Because so it could be something where it's like, with that example of like making clothes for myself, like I'm gonna be honest with it, like it did help me to heal body image issues, right? Like things like that. So it doesn't have to be that for you. It could just be something where it's like you're healing some sort of like pattern of negative self-judgment maybe, or something like that, or like energies that may contribute to like feeling bad in whatever way that is, like addictions, or it really is coming through with like self-judgment. Like it could, so okay, I'm just gonna leave it there. It's like some sort of pattern of addiction, or perhaps self-esteem, right? Like could be confidence related, or something, it could be something like that. Something about your confidence, like especially because it's coming through with this energy of like taking a leap of faith, or like a running jump, a running start at something that requires confidence and knowing that you are able to do something and that you will be successful. So you're in this process right now of healing. That is how it's coming through. It could have something to do with having a safe, secure, and loving reality. Like your physical environment. Because the List of the Shadows is very practical, right? There's a lot of concern about like physical needs is actually how it's coming through, like making sure that you have everything that you need in the physical, like making sure that you're full, making sure that you have a roof over your head, like clothes on your back, like that. It's feeling very practical and like grounded energy that you're healing is how it's coming through. Okay. If you're seeking clarity, there is clarity coming as well. It does feel very much like this card comes in with hope, a new beginning, a promise, and there's that archer there in the corner. I don't know if you can see it. The universe is really helping you at the moment. Yeah, okay. Land, cave, moon. This card talks about going inward to seek the answers that you're looking for. But I'm actually seeing this as like a target today, right? Like the moon is the target, is how it's coming through. Or it's like maybe shoot for the moon. Interesting. Sagittarius. Like, because it's coming through as being like, aim for what it is that you desire, right? Shoot for the moon. Your target is for something that you desire, whatever that is for you. I feel like there's a lot of like right now where you're in feels like you're setting a lot of intentions, or like it's like aiming your arrow to something, right? To like a target. So what is it that you desire? That's, of course, the first question that you need to ask yourself. Perhaps you're getting clear on that, what it is that you actually desire to have. Ooh, okay. Spiritual. It's not focusing. Okay, I'm going to read this one. Your spiritual connection is very strong right now. I keep seeing these numbers that are counting down because you have, sorry, the camera focusing on this deck is not good. 65, like 6-5. This one is 8-7. Then you have 44 with List of the Shadows, and then Iris of the Rainbows is 32. Right? So it is feeling like a countdown. You have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 4 twice, and then 32. So it's definitely feeling like a countdown for you, Sagittarius. Like, again, it's not to stress anyone out, right? I feel like this is a change that you've been wanting. It's like you're not quite ready to make the jump yet, but you're preparing for it. That's how it feels. So just being conscious of that. Okay. The spiritual pillar. When you draw the spiritual pillar, you know the cards are speaking to you about your spiritual life. Now, when I say spiritual life, I'm not just talking about crystals and meditation and ancestor altars, though let's not discount those either. Because yes, your spiritual life means cultivating mindfulness, expanding your awareness, and strengthening your shamanic skills through fire scrying, drumming, making offerings to the spirits. This card is absolutely an invitation to connect with your guides, to clean your altar, cleanse your crystals, or to make offerings to your ancestors. But the spiritual pillar isn't just about your relationship with spirit as it relates to your own life. It's about sharing your spiritual gifts with the world. When you draw the spirituality pillar, you know that the spirits are encouraging you to expand your spirituality and your love for the planet and all creatures into the world at large. This card is like a nudge from your guides to connect with your soul tribe and to uplift your global community and raise the collective vibration of humanity with your being, your presence, your smile, your wisdom, and your every interaction. The spiritual pillar is asking you to look at how you are weaving your own divinity into the world. Yeah. Weaving your own divinity into the world. That feels very, like, significant for you. Perhaps you are also helping others to heal with the List of the Shadows, because it is kind of coming through with this Chiron energy, right? Like, healing yourself first, the wounded healer, healing yourself first, and then using that knowledge or gift to help other people heal. So it could be something like that. Your spiritual gifts. It could be because of Sagittarius energy being ruled by Jupiter, and Jupiter being represented by the Wheel of Fortune. I feel like there's something in here about, like, for Sagittarius energy of knowing when is the right time to take an opportunity, right? That kind of thing. Because I feel like Sagittarius energy is sort of moved by the wind, is how I would describe it. Like you go with the flow. You know when to do something, where to go, how to be in the right place at the right time. I feel like that's just a natural gift that Sagittarius energy has, like being in tune with the flow of things that almost, like, I feel like people would see that about you, Sagittarius, and call it lucky, right? It's like you're really lucky, or you have this sort of like luck kind of energy about you. But it's not really luck, right? Like it is. That's how people would describe it. But I feel like on a more spiritual level, it's like you're just connected to universal cues is how it's coming through. So maybe there's something about that where it's like the wind shifts direction, and so that's a cue for you, Sagittarius. Time to let that arrow fly. And people might say, how did you make that shot? That was so lucky. That was like an impossible thing, but somehow you did it. You must be lucky. And no, it's like, I feel like there's something about like your connection, your spiritual connection that helps you to like know when is the right time to do something. That's how it's coming through. Interesting. I feel like there's something about like a very practical opportunity that's coming in for you. There's a lot of like right timing, being in the right place at the right time kind of energy for you today, Sagittarius. But I do feel that you need to run to get there is how it's feeling. Like, build momentum. Don't stress out. You're going to be there on time. It's just saying that, like, you got to pick up speed, right? That's how it's coming through. Now is the time to start picking up speed on something. In a very grounded way, right? So don't like go all ahead of yourself. It's just talking about like the earth is something about the earth element for you is changing and shifting. So you have to also make adjustments for that. Okay. Yeah, land, cave, sun, and then the fire, volcano, sun. This card, both of these cave cards came out in yesterday's reading as well, which is interesting. In different positions. This card talks about like gaining clarity, or like something is being demystified little by little. You're getting clarity about something that maybe there was an illusion about it in some way. You're getting more clarity about that. This card talks about embracing your desires, right? Embracing your desires and going after what you want. It's sort of like releasing any self-limiting energies. It feels very much like you're breaking out of some sort of cycle of like self-limitation, right? It could be things like not having a lot of confidence, or feeling like you have to play by certain rules, or that you have to fit into certain categories, or like you have to abide by social norms and expectations. That's what this card is kind of coming through with. Like you're breaking free of those is how it's coming through. There could have been something about, fire, candle, moon. This card talks about, It talks about having a lack mentality about your own light, right? Like your own ability to shine, or thinking that like, you know, if there are two stars that are next to each other that are both shining really brightly, they're going to somehow cancel each other out or dim each other's light. That's not true. There's something about like the more that you shine, the more it helps other people to shine. So I'm feeling like there's, because I'm also seeing with these two cards, this energy of like grounding something that right now is like pure potential, wild energy. It's like, it does need grounding in some way. It needs to be like pulled into the physical. Maybe you're shooting your shot, Sagittarius. That's how it's going through. It could be in terms of like a relationship. It doesn't have to be. That's just sort of how that phrase is used, right? Like shooting your shot with someone. Could be, or it could be just like whatever it is that you're manifesting. There's like the arrow is in the bow. You're pulling the bow taut and you're about to let it fly. That's how it's coming through. The universe is your ally. I feel like whatever this manifestation is, it's like the universe is helping you to do it because it's in alignment for you. It's like this, your guides really want to see you succeed, and they're going to do everything in their power to help you to do that. Okay. So you have sky, snow, sun, and fire, candle, star. This card talks about the unknown. Okay, so interesting, because it's kind of looking like this. This is where we started. I feel like that's sort of representing your target today, like what it is that you desire, shooting for the moon, right? And I feel, because this energy sort of gives me this vibe of like you're like lying on the forest floor looking up at the moon, right? So it does kind of feel like a bit of a distance between you and your goals or your desires. I feel like maybe there's this energy, perhaps that's part of what you have been breaking through, this energy of like being, because it kind of feels like, imagine if you were shooting an arrow directly upwards. Like, it's like the chances of it reaching that target are very slim because gravity's working against it, right? There's something about like, you don't want to shoot an arrow directly upwards. That's not going to work. But it's almost like shifting into this where it's like, here's your target. There's your target. It's directly in front of you. I feel like there's something like that happening, especially with the wheel, right? So if you were like at the bottom of the Wheel of Fortune, you're not going to be able to make a shot that's like all the way on the other side of the wheel, right? It's like you had, so it could be, that's the thing about opportunity and right timing, is knowing when to take the action. Because there's something here about like, it's like the wheel is going to turn so that you have a direct and clear shot at the moon. That's how it's coming through for you, Sagittarius. But you have to be prepared, right? Because it's kind of like something where it's like you have to have your arrow and bow ready and prepared so that when that opportunity comes around, you can let it fly in a way that it's going to hit your target. There's something like that coming through. So maybe right now, again, as I've said, but it's like, okay. I'm getting excited by this energy because it's very exciting for you. You can't miss this, Sagittarius. I'm not saying this to stress you. I'm saying that like your universe, your guides, the universe are saying, we're not going to let you miss this, is how it's coming through. Because it's kind of like, imagine you're on the wheel. It's turning, right? Sometimes you're going to be at the bottom of the wheel where that is not the right opportunity to take your shot, but the wheel turns. It's always turning. It's always turning so that like you're going to have multiple attempts at it, is actually how it's coming through. So even if you don't make it the first time, the wheel's going to keep turning and you're going to have multiple attempts. And each time it goes around to that point where the moon, your target, is directly in front of you, your aim is going to improve maybe, or something like that. It's kind of feeling like the universe is not going to allow you to miss this opportunity because it is made for you, Sagittarius. It's made for you. It's like tailored exactly to your measurements, right? Metaphorically, it's going to fit you like a glove. They're not going to let you miss this opportunity. Even if you do miss the first time, it's like you're going to have multiple attempts at it, and each time you'll get better, right? That's how it's feeling to me. Each time your aim will be better, is how it's feeling. And it's like there will be a time when it's directly in front of you, and that's the time to take your shot, right? I feel like that's perhaps part of what you're learning right now, or part of your like spiritual energy is knowing that, or understanding that the universe, your guides, are supporting you and they want you to succeed. They are going to give you multiple attempts at this in order to get it right, is how it's coming through. And they're preparing you for it, right? It's like they're saying, Sagittarius, be prepared. The opportunity is coming back around. That's how it's feeling to me. Okay. I'm going to read this card because I feel like this is a new card. I don't think I've seen this one. Okay. The warmth of your spirit and the love in your heart have melted the icy glaciers that were forming in your mind. What was starting to calcify into thought and judgment is now softening into compassion and awareness. Take note, dear one. This is one of the great lessons that you came here to learn. The mind can only perceive but a tiny piece of the vast spectrum of reality and of the great mystery, while the intelligence of the heart knows no bounds and is able to evaluate and understand from a more expanded perspective. This heart wisdom creates wholeness within and allows you to see the bigger picture, to navigate life free from judgment and confusion. Allow the unconditional love that is informing your perspective now to flow into all of your experiences. Yeah, that's a very positive card. It's like the ice is melting. Whatever that is, it's softening. Something that was perhaps difficult or cold or icy, that kind of energy is softening. Maybe it was the wheel itself, right? Because this is also looking to me like a wheel, like those 2 points where this was the bottom, but you're now going up to the top, that kind of thing. It's always turning. I'm getting this energy of a broken clock is still right 2 times of the, like, twice a day, right? That kind of energy is coming through here. But a broken clock is still right twice a day. I feel like there is something about, like, in quotations, like, something about timing, of course, is so relevant to your reading today, but, like, maybe there was something where your divine timing kind of energy was misaligned in some way, like the wheel was, like, frozen, like, but it's coming not in terms of, like, universal. It feels like your own attunement to divine timing was broken in some way, or it wasn't aligned, like it was, like, coated in ice, right? So it could have been something where it's like you felt like you missed opportunities because, like, you couldn't move fast enough, or you couldn't, like, catch up to it, or, like, it's kind of coming to like that, or there was just sort of like an energy of there being ice around this moving dial. So it's feeling like that's healing for you, or that's clearing up, or like the ice is melting, it's softening. Maybe you're being very hard on yourself in terms of being able to take certain opportunities, but I feel like that's healing for you. Like, there's this energy of, like, it's softening, it's healing, it's, like, moving more smoothly, right? Like, all of that ice is sort of melting away. In terms of opportunities and divine timing, and perhaps a bit of luck as well, Sagittarius. Okay. Yeah, interesting. Lots of fire cards for you. You have wisdom, fire, tribal fire, sun, and fire, volcano, star. Okay. I'm going to read fire, volcano, star for you. Okay. They say that with great power comes great responsibility. One of those great responsibilities is humility. Humble leaders understand that the power they wield is meant to serve the people. Recognize yourself as a vessel for something greater. Take care that your thoughts, words, and actions are steeped in humility, while always serving the best interests of the collective. The spirits are pointing you towards a pathway that will lead you to your magnificence. Walk this path with humility, making sure to never exalt yourself above others, but to walk alongside them, inspiring and igniting them with your passion, your integrity, and your litness. Yeah. This is something, okay, it's coming through again. I'm hearing it again of, like, this was made for you, Sagittarius. Like, some sort of opportunity that is specifically tailored to you. And that comes in with this energy of, like, being appreciative of that opportunity and experience, and be humble in accepting it, because it's like, imagine if, like, okay, this is just an example from that sewing metaphor again. Like, it takes a lot of time and care and effort for someone to craft, like, a garment for you to wear. So it's like, I feel like this is like your guides. It could be that you're receiving something from someone. I'm not so much getting that, but it could be, right? This opportunity could be coming from somebody else, but that it's been specifically tailored for you, Sagittarius. And so receive it with humility, right? It's like somebody took, for example, somebody took the time and the care and the effort to create something that is specifically for you, and to treat it with that sort of reverence and respect and honor and gratitude and appreciation and love and humility. That's sort of the energy that's I'm getting for you, Sagittarius. It's a really lovely reading for you. Just remember to ground your energy, right? There is a potential for this energy to sort of sweep you off your feet, because it's exciting, because it moves quickly. It's like, just ground your energy as much as possible. Be patient and center yourself. Okay. I'm going to leave it there. If this reading resonated with you, please like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for sharing your energy with me, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.